anyway, yeah, that's a specialist on hooking up your arteries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And apparently I needed that. He was going home. She said, come on back up, right? Also, when I got upstairs in the Daniel Freeman Hospital, there was a trauma group there, right? Which is what I needed. I don't know if you know, but if you're going to a coma, you basically need a trauma group to hook you up. Now, the miracle about that is the president had defunded trauma groups for that year. So they were only allowed to meet twice a year. Well, hey, also, this was their first night meeting for that year.
Wow.
That's my second miracle, my third miracle, rather, right? And sure enough, when I had gone out, I said, Lord, if this is it, I'm ready to face you. Hey, I ain't afraid to die, all that bullshit. Sure enough, when I woke up out of the coma in 3 days and I saw I was alive, I said, Lord, hold on. I was just, I was just talking out of my head. Because definitely that was a miracle too. Anyway, I don't know, I've never written again, but that was one time when whatever little skills I had helped me out a lot.
Now, at this time, if I'm not mistaken, you were at that point fired from the Martin show. They wrote you out.
You got all the news. You got all of the hot news.
Can you talk about that? Them being in the room, I think, when they fired you?
Let me say this. Martin is a genius.
Yeah.
Okay? He's a comedy genius. And I don't really enjoy saying stuff, but if he hadn't gone out on the radio and the TV and said an absolute lie, I wouldn't be talking right now. Okay. But he's a genius who I found out is bipolar, and he needs to take his medicine and doesn't take it. And I'm assuming that this particular time he hadn't taken his medicine because when I was about 3 days in Daniel Freeman Hospital, undergoing about 10 major operations, about the third day I got a script saying, Stan, that's my character. You saw Martin, right? Stan sells the radio station and moves to China. Now, Sam, does that mean I'm no longer in the fucking show?
Yeah, I don't think they do episodes in China. Stan was in WUP.
Right. And this was not ever talking to me or calling him and saying, hey, bro, nothing, right? So I felt, that I at least deserved a phone call. But here's why I didn't feel depressed. Because I'd already been brought back from what I thought was the dead. So I'm feeling really, really, really great, blessed, lucky, all of that, And I was despite all the pain, I was in a euphoric kind of a feeling because I felt like I had been given a little bit more time, right? After having gone through what should have killed anybody else, here I was alive. So this, what would have been a really depressing thing, didn't bother me at all in terms of my esteem. My esteem was still high and it remains high. But yes, my man did do that. And like I say, I respect he's a gifted comedian. But and later on I found out that he was, he needed to be taking his medicine. So I'm gonna give him, the benefit of the doubt that was a period when he hadn't taken it.
Did you feel betrayed though by the fact that they would fire you when you were in such a precarious situation, pretty much fighting?
I felt a little bit of that, yeah, because whatever was going down, if you produced the show, you had the right to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
But 3 years I had never had any argument with him ever, so I had no understanding as to why. And I thought I'd been contributing to the show because I was getting my fan mails too, right? So for me, the cast was great. Tisha was great. Sheena was great. My man who died, Tommy, great. Carl Payne, great. And Martin, is a gifted comedian. So as someone who has been given that mantle, although I don't think I am that, I'm an actor who was in a show a long time ago, and they started calling me funny. Like I tell you, my ex-wife would tell me all the time, nigga, you ain't funny,
So,
That's why she's my ex.
so Martin did. I mean, you did get brought back on a cameo. I think it was that Reynolds Spoons episode when y'all brought that restaurant together. Did you and Martin have a conversation to where he apologized? How did that come about?
No, we never had a conversation. No, we never had a conversation. And like I said, you got a right to do whatever you want with your show, but I think some kind of way you do it is, and as someone who has made a lot of mistakes in my life, I'm not, forgiveness is way beyond that. I don't feel anything about it. He's cool with me. Like I said, he's a comedy genius. I just think he should have taken his medicine that time. That's all.
Wow. Well, I mean, you did get the transition very well. I didn't know about the story. I heard about it maybe a couple months ago, actually, that you were fighting for your life while you were dealing with that, even though I was a fan of the show for 20 years now. You transitioned to another iconic role, Junior King, the uncle of Jamie King.
Yeah, that's another genius. Yeah. This motherfucker plays the organ. He plays the piano. He sings. He composes. He arranges. Leave a job for somebody else. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that was like a beautiful run, except the last year they changed the whole thing where he was a jingles writer. Yeah. So me and Ellen and we weren't used. Now we got paid. I ain't got no problem with that, although, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I'm at home getting a check. But I missed it because I really liked working with Jamie. He's one of those people who would send sets, he would do jokes, Mm-hmm. And sometimes I wouldn't even go to the restaurant. Again, since people gave me that mantle of comedian, and when I saw somebody I considered to be a real one, like Martin, like Jamie, I would just watch, and it's done me a lot of good. Lunell, when she performed in my club, I just watch it, Mm-hmm. And I found out the great comedians, not that many of that, they just have a conversation with the audience, basically. And something's going to come up that's funny, At least I learned. That's one thing I learned from Lunell, and from Dave Chappelle. Not that I've learned it to do it. No, I never had the pleasure or the honor. Right. Boy, would I love to work with his ass.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Oh my God! Did you see what he did? The thing he did?
Yeah, 8 minutes.
8:46.
Yeah, he's a genius.
Genius, man. I said, damn, bro. How can you get up here? If people are expecting you to make them laugh, you don't. And they stand up when you leave.
And still throw little slick jabs here and there and make you crack up just a little bit.
Yeah, he did do that. He did do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. I want to talk. Let's reminisce a little bit. Let's go back, even pre all of the shows that we grew up loving. Saturday Night Live. You're one of the pioneers, black pioneers in Saturday Night Live on NBC. Talk about your experience there and talk about NBC, if you don't mind.
Well, man, when I was hanging out at the New Ensemble Company, I wasn't a member, but me and a friend of mine named R. Scott, you may know him because he's the director of that hit show Black Lightning.
Okay, on Netflix.
He's a producer of that, right? Okay. And he's a Tony Award winner. He started way back there when he did a thing called for colored girls who have considered suicide, right? Well, he and I used to hang out together. And on this particular day, he and I smoking joints in my apartment. And I'm telling him how I'm going to this, to NBC. They want to see a play I wrote. Because I've written a play called The Secret Place, which Bill Duke directed. You know Bill Duke?
Yes.
Bill Duke and I did it. And so I took Lauren Michaels, the play, because Lauren was looking for a writer, right? So I took him to play, and he hired me as a writer, right? But, although I thought it would not be as hard as all that, it was hard for me to come down from writing for 2 hours, which, if you're a playwright, you can just stretch out whatever. You can, you're writing for 2 acts, maybe 3. At Saturday Night Live, you're trying to write for 30 seconds, a minute and a half, something like that. And I was having trouble getting that together, right? And finally, I did. come up with an idea, which came out of the play, right? In the play, which is about a black cop who infiltrates a group like the Black Panthers.
Mm.
This group was called the Young Lions, right?